My name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Magic Mike's Last Dance, directed by Steven Soderbergh and starring Channing Tatum and Selma Hayek Pinot. Anyway, so 8 years have passed since the events of the previous film, Magic Mike XXL, and in those intervening years, Mike's furniture business, because remember, he has that, he does more than just strip dance people, has collapsed due to the COVID 19 pandemic. Side note, it still feels weird seeing the pandemic reference in movies. Just nothing to do with the movie, just weird feeling. Anyway, so now to make money, Mike is now a bartender for wealthy clients. And one night his life changes when he is at a BART event for a wealthy client by the name of Maxandra Mendoza, who, feeling kind of depressed about her family situation right now, especially with regards to relation with her ex-husband, she requests that Mike do a strip dance for her. And simply put, she gets more than she was expecting. And being blown away, figuratively speaking, not literally, by Mike's how Mike's dancing makes her feel, she decides to hire her to perform, well, not perform, to direct a quote unquote play, as it is advertised initially, in London. And so what happens next is a story of how Chang Tam, playing Magic Mike, decides to for the first time direct a play and direct choreographed dancers, and while also navigating how he feels for Maxandra. Anyway, acting wise, this film is pretty solid. Channing Tatum has still got the moves, both acting wise and dancing wise. He exerts his physicality in the best way possible. Any given set is his jungle gym practically, although he does significantly less dancing than in the previous movies, which makes sense. He is pushing 40, so yeah, fair enough. But what dancing he does do is really well done and well choreographed. Also, Selma Hayek Pinot does a great job as Maxandra, a divorcee whose desire to do right by her daughter is only matched by her desire for self-fulfillment, and the film does a good job of exploring the conflict she feels between those two aspects of her life. Also, Ayub Din plays Maxandra's butler, and Victor is a character who dishes out as much judgment as he does love, and kind of seeing him fight against his professional instincts and his, I wouldn't say fatherly, but well, I guess fatherly type instincts is also interesting to watch as well. So I really enjoyed that there. Also, the strippers from the previous movies, they're not present in the movie, save for a brief but fun cameo via Zoom, which it was nice to see them. They still, even on Zoom, they still have good chemistry together. The screenplay is also pretty solid as well. It does a good job of setting up some fun setups and payoffs, especially regarding the dance sequences and how they manage to go about subverting laws regarding the building they're using to do the play. And how they go about convincing a bureaucrat to let them do the play is really fun. I enjoyed that. And as for, the screenplay also takes the audience into the creative process, just for not just the choreography, but overall the overarching philosophy of the play as well. And as for the play, it does a good job of being a mirror of sorts for the conflict between Magic Mike and Maxandra, which I really enjoyed. It does lend some solid depth to the film. The film also has some really good humor in it. Just the characters don't deliver the lines like they're funny lines; they just deliver them like they're any other line of dialogue. And weirdly enough, that makes it even funnier. Just so I enjoyed that. It also, although I will say the screenplay does falter a bit. It's not a huge misstep. It's just a little annoying thing because, like at the very beginning of the film, one of the first pieces of dialogue is about Maxandra's kind of depressing life at the moment regarding her family, and it kind of feels unnecessary. Like, we learn all the information in a far more organic manner throughout the rest of the story. Yeah, just I suppose it's a nitpick of sorts, but I don't know. I guess it's just how I feel about the film. So at this point, it feels like Soderbergh has given up on trying to recreate the idiosyncratic visual style of the original Magic Mike, and he goes for a much more conventional way of storytelling where he uses more traditional shot reverse shot styles for dialogue and uses less long wide shots for dialogue scenes. But that said, he does spice things up a bit with some dynamic camera movement and some fun one take sequences. Not so much for the acting, but just for the dialogue itself, which really does help the performances feel natural and organic. Plus, the cinematography also helps capture the energy of the performance as well. It uses tracking shots. There's the editing is fairly minimal. You actually get to see the dancing which is really good, and it uses a less rigid style a la the original, which some may enjoy, some may not. Personally, I thought it was good. I will say this though, with regards to the dance sequences, it feels like they go on a little too long. Although I feel I may be in the minority on that, and that certain members of the audience may want the dance sequences to go on much longer. So, thanks to solid performances and dynamically shot dance sequences, Soderbergh manages to make this last dance well worth the price of admission. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving Magic Mike's Last Dance 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Steven Soderbergh movie and why?